Hey, is this me? I can't tell.
There we go. Ant-Man, yay! Came out. We're here to review it. Came out July 17th. It's the last movie in Marvel's Phase 2, you could say. It's the newest superhero movie. Whee! It's got Paul Rudd in it, Michael Douglas,
Evangeline Lilly.
T.I.
I just still have a problem taking Matt seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did right. Yeah, he did a pretty good job.
So, yeah. What did you guys think of this movie?
I went in with this movie with like really weird mixed expectations, because the first thing I thought of was like, wow, it's Ant-Man, it's one of those smaller Marvel movies. It's not
smaller.
It's like, it's not Captain America. It's not an Avengers movie. So it's like, okay, my hopes are getting up. But then the thought hit me that this was the movie where, or at least the concept where, the Marvel Cinematic Universe first was like drafted. Like, that's where it started back in 2005. Was Ant-Man.
Really?
It was the first movie, and then it only came into fruition. Free grammar. But it surprised the heck out of me. The movie was a lot of fun to watch. Like, there really wasn't like any one part where I was like, wow, why is that happening? Like, what the hell's happening? Like, it kept my interest throughout the whole thing, and I felt like it balanced the semi-serious parts of it, and the comedy, which is all over the place. I think the comedy is the best thing about this, because when I first saw it, I was like, are they going to try to do this seriously with Paul Rudd? Like, that's kind of weird. Like, I don't doubt that he could do it. I was just like, that's...
Well, yeah, when you see, because Michael Douglas is the first guy you see in the trailers for the movie, and Michael Douglas has some pretty decent acting chops.
Yeah, it's like Paul Rudd, and then it turns out to be a comedy. It's like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. And God, this movie does good in terms of the comedy. Mm-hmm. It's very, very fluid. It's not whereas at times it seemed like the Avengers: Age of Ultron was like kind of trying to be funny for the sake of funny. It's just, this movie's like just kind of, it's all over the place, and it works very, very well. Yeah, I mean, the acting choices were really good. Like I said, Paul Rudd was great for Scott Lang. Then we have Michael Douglas as Hank Pym. Evangeline Lilly is
Chloe Pym.
Hope.
Pym, that's what it is.
And then, what's the guy's name who plays
Daniel Cross.
Darren Cross. Not Daniel Cross. That's
We
fucking...
were just talking about
That's fucking Assassin's Creed, bro.
Oh, that's right. We were literally just talking about
Yeah.
Corey Stoll.
Corey Stoll. It's like all the acting choices of this movie were great. Even fucking T.I. was cool. Yeah, I'll say a little more later, but yeah, that's where I'll conclude that thought at.
I think this movie was solid as fuck, man. Like, it's seriously one of the most fun movies that I've seen probably since Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think maybe that's one reason why I like this so much. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy was different. It wasn't Thor, it wasn't Iron Man, it wasn't Captain America, it wasn't any of that super serious Marvel shit. Like, I like that stuff, but Guardians of the Galaxy felt so fresh. And so does this movie, because it's different. The look of it was different. The scenes felt different. It just, the conflict was different, but they did a good job of tying it into the overall, overarching storyline that Marvel has going on with all their movies. It felt like Guardians of the Galaxy. It was more funny than Guardians of the Galaxy, in my opinion. It was more of a comedy movie, you could say. Yeah. I mean, the thing, like the Avengers: Age of Ultron, like he said, a lot of the humor just felt very, very forced. Some things were funny, other things were not. There were horrible one-liners thrown in your face throughout the entire 2 hours of that movie. here it just felt so natural. It just felt so in character of the movie, in the tone, and it just was flawlessly done, in my opinion. I thought the balance in just the transitions between something that's super serious and just goofy was really well done. Paul Rudd did a fantastic job as Ant-Man. Just overall, just fantastic writing. This movie's just shy of 2 hours long, and it was like the quickest 2 hours. And it was one of those movies where you're just like, I kind of don't want this to end. I just kind of want to hang out with these characters, like, all fucking night, because they're just fun. It was just a really well done movie. And it wasn't so, like, when it was the action was very precise. The effects were amazing. They were really well done. It wasn't like shit's just blowing up, buildings are being torn down, and I don't know what the fuck's going on, where I should be looking at because there's too much going on. It was just contained, and it was wonderful. And I like this movie.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't have too much more to add that Keith and Tyler haven't already said. I mean, I went into it with kind of low to medium expectations, kind of like Keith did, because like, it's one of those, deeper cut Marvel characters. I would say this is like the deepest. I don't even know who you would consider fucking like.
I put Inhumans in the bottom.
The Inhumans at the bottom of the barrel. I'd say Ant-Man's more of like the mid-tier characters. But like these guys said, the acting choices, I think, probably made the difference in this movie. Like, and honestly, Corey Stoll as Darren Cross actually kind of blew my mind because I've never seen him in this sort of role before. I've never seen him as the villain. I've never seen him play insane either. And this guy's very clearly, you can tell from the beginning of the movie, not right in the head.
You almost want to see him play more roles.
Yeah, I want to see him play more dark
really
roles.
Well done.
Yeah. But like these guys said, the comedy felt great. The pacing was, I think, damn near perfect.
Yeah,
pacing-wise.
was solid.
Even during the action scenes, they still managed to work comedy in, and it still didn't feel forced. Like during some of the more dramatic, like combat scenes, more dramatic action scenes, there was still comedy worked in, and it didn't feel like it was kind of shoehorned in there. Yeah. Michael Douglas did excellent as Hank Pym. Paul Rudd surprised the hell out of me as Scott Lang. Evangeline Lilly looked a lot like that one chick from Jurassic World, but did a great job. I mean, there's really not too much I can add to this. The writing was brilliant. It felt more in the lines of like a Guardians of the Galaxy than an Avengers movie, even though they did heavily tie this to the Avengers with certain parts of the movie.
Even those three dumbasses.
Oh my god!
Michael Pena and the other guys, just
David,
so well done. There were some of the best parts, some of the best scenes.
Like they're just cool characters to work with.
Yeah.
Do you have any other?
I mean, like I said, you guys have pretty much said everything to be said about the movie so far. I'm just kind of adding my spin to it.
Yeah, I was. I thought visually, and probably that's my favorite part about the movie, just visually, like conceptually how they made everything work with like even just stuff from like Scott working with the ants and stuff like that, and the cool stuff like that, or
like just the shrinking and growing CGI stuff was excellent.
Like I mean it's not a terrible amount of a spoiler. It's the fight, the two main big fights of the movie, which is the ones in the kids' room and the other ones in like the helicopter. Really cool how they go back and forth between stuff and whether or not Thomas the Tank Engine's getting knocked over, thrown, other shit that happens like that. But like I thought on the helicopter was awesome. How like he's getting shot and he's jumping from like shrapnel to shrapnel, like hopping off of the stuff that's floating in the air. I'm like, yeah, they're using this idea of a guy who can shrink and do stuff like that, and they're using it effectively.
I honestly I was like, Ant-Man. First off, I'd never heard of Ant-Man before this movie. I was like, who the fuck is Ant-Man, and how are they going to make a movie out of a guy that basically just shrinks and grows? And they pulled it off. So,
yeah, the action was freaking awesome. It's kind of cool when he shrinks down, and then you see like a lifesaver, and that lifesaver looks like monstrous, but it's it's normal size. He's just really small.
What was one thing where they're fighting and Siri gets activated?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
They're on the button.
They're playing the Disintegrate by
by the Cure.
By the Cure. And I'm like it's one of those funny things. Like that part kind of reminded me of that scene in Shaun of the Dead where.
Oh yeah, or what was it in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, where
he's playing like old '70s music
and he's like blasting people. It's like that's good writing and good stuff. And I thought like the connections to the Marvel universe was cool. Like there's Howard Stark and Peggy Carter in the very beginning. Falcon shows up at one point, and then they make a couple slight references I noticed to Oscorp and Spider-Man, which I wonder if those were like added reshoots, or if they were there in the first place. Like, I assume they'd be reshoots, especially now that the deal with Spider-Man has gone through. So
some of the moments too. Every superhero film has that middle section where they're gearing up for their mission because they figured out what they have to do, and
this part's kind of drag and.
Yeah, and it's just really quick scenes from this to this, and that part in this movie was so well done. It was really funny, how, he's trying to learn how to control the ants, and he meets the ants, and it was so funny and just lighthearted.
It was different because, like, most movies, again, like you said, that's like a short little thing where it's like a montage. That's like good 20-25 minutes of the movie is spent doing that, and that's pretty cool. Like it's an important part of it. And it's like, that's
watching it pop out of the ground like 3 times.
Or I just like everything was just cool. Even like you could tell like even if some things are like okay that's obviously fake, but just like again the visuals like the very first thing when he's in the bathtub and it's like oh shit, and then the water's carrying him away. It's like that's cool. Like that's something that on paper is like. He's getting carried away by water, but then on like film, it's just or CG or whatever. It's like wow, like that's again, like I said earlier, that's my favorite part of the entire movie is just the visuals of the whole thing.
Yeah, I almost feel overall this was just better written than Age of Ultron.
I mean, Age of Ultron, you have all kinds of assets and all kinds of fans of each of these individual people that you have to satisfy.
Yeah, you're trying to fit so much screen time to each hero, whereas you got one hero in here.
Yeah, that's the thing why I think Age of Ultron is probably the weakest of all the Phase 2 movies. There's just too much going on, the writing was kind of whatever, it was really predictable, and where the individual movies of Ant-Man and Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Thor, and Guardians of the Galaxy were just top notch.
I mean, even Guardians had more than one character, and they still did a better job than the Avengers.
But there wasn't 40,000 fucking characters to do. That's why I think Avengers Infinity War, is it?
Yeah.
But they got 2 movies for that.
Yeah, but I just feel like it might be a goddamn nightmare.
I feel like what they're going to do with that, because the way it sounds like with a lot of things, like especially with like Cap, Civil War, and like all the movies, is that like that weird part where is in all the Avengers is like the first half of the first Avengers and a good portion of the Avengers 2 is like that part is being taken care of with the rest of the Phase 3 movies. Like it's getting to the more into it, whereas like again it's going to be probably a lot less in depth. But I mean I wouldn't expect it to go like be as deep as Cap. Or as Cap Winter Soldier or whatever, like that's just what I feel is like it's just gonna.
Especially if they're trying to work all of these characters into.
Oh, they will
into it.
And also, it's 2 movies, so I mean, they I guess they get extra time. Which that also depends on how they're filming it. Are they filming it like one movie and then splitting it in half? Or are they filming it as like?
Well, they're filming it all at once.
Okay, so they're filming it all. Okay, so then. Well, I think they are. So it's one movie just split in half.
You know what? Too, that means there'll probably be like 4 hours of the Avengers. Each one's probably going to go 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then
Holy shit.
think of all the one-liners.
I know all the one-liners.
You know, we need to watch Age of Ultron again and just count how many one-liners are in
Yeah. I honestly think we might need to like rescore Age of Ultron because I think we gave it a little bit too high of a score.
I don't regret my score of that movie. I mean, I still think it's a fairly good movie. It's just in the grand scheme of things, it's not the best. Like it's still at least in my opinion, it's still a fun movie. I don't regret seeing it. I still heavily enjoyed watching it. I'll buy it when it comes out, but like, you know,
Yeah, I'll maybe watch it again sometime down the road. See if my opinion stands.
we're not talking
This
about-
movie's
we're talking
good.
about this one.
Yeah, it's sidetracked. It's hard to
Not talk about everything.
Yeah, to not talk about everything if you're into that shit. But hey, man, go watch Ant-Man. Yeah, go watch Ant-Man. There was like
was
maybe
fun.
2 because we went to a 4:30 show, so it was like midday.
Mhm.
Wasn't a lot of people there. It's kind of surprising. There was a shitload of people at the theater. I don't know what the hell they're watching.
I think they might have had multiple things going. Like I mean, there was the 5 o'clock one.
Yeah,
There was
there's
a
a
couple
couple
They
different
have a
things.
bunch of 3D ones.
And
going
there's
on,
like
too.
there's still movies that literally just came out, like Minions and
I think
Jurassic
this
World.
will. Yeah, I think this will probably be the #1 movie for the weekend or whatever. But I don't think it's going to blow the shit out of
No,
everything.
it's not gonna blow the box.
I don't think it was. I'll be surprised if Marvel's expecting it to.
I will almost
If it's a
be
happy
surprised
surprise,
if it's
cool.
Guardians.
If it's I don't think anything. Guardians came out of nowhere. Now people are
Yeah.
kind of expecting it. Like
True.
it's almost that Guardians was like, wow, that's really really weird. And it's like I've never heard of this from Marvel. All right, I'll go check it out. Where it's like, okay, Marvel does good movies. Okay, you don't have to win me over. I'm not interested. Whereas like people might have went to go see Guardians even if they weren't
True.
interested. In it.
And 2, maybe. Ant-Man maybe appeals to more of the people like us that are really into the overall story.
Yeah.
And liking this stuff, where some people might go, Ant-Man, that just sounds dumb. You know?
That was me at
This is-
first, honestly.
You know, this guy,
It's
ants,
small.
like, Ant-Man's awesome. He's an awesome character, but he doesn't have the same appeal as Iron Man or
Thor,
Captain America,
Cap,
or even
yeah.
on the other side of a Batman or Superman. You know, he's just a character. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's goofy.
But it was like I said, I was kind of one of those like Ant-Man. Who the fuck is Ant-Man? And I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Fun
What do you
times.
guys give this movie?
I'll give it a 8.5 out of 10. Very good movie. Very good. I think this will be up there, at least in terms of one of my favorite movies that comes out this year. I really like this movie. I liked it a lot.
9 out of 10 for me. It's one of the best movies of the year, in my opinion, and there's not really anything wrong with it. It just doesn't feel like a 10 out of 10 or anything like that.
I'll kind of split the middle of these two. Go 8.75. Like I said, it was a solid movie. It might be one of my favorite like one-off standalone movies of Phase 2. Maybe only beaten by Guardians of the Galaxy. Or maybe Cap Winter Soldier. But it was still a solid movie. It was a fun movie. I mean, I enjoyed it, I think, honestly, more than Age of Ultron. Just being in the theater, because it felt like Age of Ultron almost dragged too long. Whereas when we got out of the theater for Ant-Man, I was like, oh, that was 2 hours? How the hell was that 2 hours?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Solid fucking
I
movie.
like how that chick, that family with the baby in
Uh,
Jurassic World was sitting in front of us again.
was it the same family?
I think it might. It looked like it with the crying
Jeez,
baby. Don't
yes.
bring your baby to the movie theater. I don't understand. Or if it starts crying, be
Leave
courteous
the
and
fucking
take it
theater.
out of the theater.
Theater etiquette,
Watch
people.
the movie later.
Theater
Come
etiquette.
on. Cool. Fantastic Four's the next superhero movie. I'm very excited for that movie.
I'm not. I'm really not.
Let's go see it. Midnight release.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I ain't losing sleep.
No,
for
I
that
think
fucking movie.
I think the only midnight release I will be going to is fucking Star Wars.
Yes. I want to start thinking we're gonna take it. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, they start.
They haven't
selling
gone
those.
online yet. They haven't gone on
So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
gonna go sitting there waiting for them to just buy it. Yeah, buy it.
Go watch Ant-Man.
Go watch
It's
it.
a fun movie.
See you later.